Hey, what's going on, everyone? We're back with our 12th war of the Alliance War season, getting to it a little bit late. The season obviously ended already, but today we're bringing in Black Widow Claire Voyant, Apocalypse, and Sorcerer Supreme, and we're doing a little something different. A handful of us are just boss rushing the right-hand side so we can get the global down and then have the rest of our Alliance take some paths and clear the map. We're not actually going for 100% exploration this time. And I'll explain why towards the end. But basically we're trying to save some units and some items for next season. So I'm taking this Nova on the Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison node. And Black Widow Claire Voyant, great option here. We wait until he's in the Poison phase, hit into him, switch into our Poison phase, so that we can no longer be poisoned. And we're pretty much good for the rest of this fight now, as long as we only hit him in the Poison phase. I launched the Special 2. Hit him in the Incinerate phase, take his power. We get a little bit of Incinerates on us, but nothing too bad. We're just waiting out the Incinerates here, and we can go back in with another Special 2, take his power. We're not getting poisoned. We get all that power back and then some, and we're at a Special 3 already, and this is just going to end the fight pretty quick. And, we obviously took some damage, but we don't really need Claire Voyant for the other fights, so not a big deal. We don't end with full health, I'm fine with that. But we get the full attack bonus there on Nova. Different nodes on path 9, but she is a great counter for that path, obviously, since she can manipulate her immunities. So the rest of our group continued up path 9 into section 2, took down the stunning reflect opponent. And that leads us to this Magneto here, the Window of Opportunity Stun and One Eye Open node. And we're going to use Sorcerer Supreme. I actually removed my parry mastery for this fight just to avoid any chance of being, of parrying him and hitting into him when he's stunned or getting reflect stunned on me. So we're basically just going to block everything in this fight, and we're going to try to slow him, obviously, so that we can avoid his unstoppable off his heavy, and then we can just go in and punish his heavy attacks every time. So we started off with a nice intercept there, and right now we're just kind of waiting until we can throw the special. There we go. We get the slow debuff on him, and now we can just wait for him to heavy. He does not gain the unstoppable buff, so we can go in and hit him while he's not stunned, so the One Eye Open and Window of Opportunity really doesn't apply. We're obviously going to be taking a decent amount of block damage in this fight, and what we'd like to do is throw our specials so we can slow him and get the healing. The slow is more important. It's more important to have that slow debuff, I think, just so that we can deal damage, obviously, off his heavy. But so far, this fight's going fine. I make a pretty big mistake later on in this fight, and you'll see it towards the end, I think. But right here, we get a nice intercept with the special, reapply that slow debuff, hold the block, wait out his heavy. He actually dexes me right there. We're healing all that damage back because of the ruin, which is great to have that healing up, so we do mitigate some block damage. Right there is the mistake. So because I removed the parry mastery, I also removed the dexterity mastery. So trying to evade the last part of his projectile attack does not work. So I got hit by it, took a little bit of a shrapnel bleed. It fell off, not a big deal. We're still at 50%. We're basically tied in this fight. But yeah, I mean, so far we're doing fine. This is my first time taking Path 9 fights, and I gotta say, it's different, but it's easier and more difficult than Path 5, I gotta say, in a lot of ways. Not having your damage capped by the ebb and flow intercept in section 2 is really nice, but having to avoid parrying and stunning and hitting them while they're stunned is definitely irritating, so I understand why this path is so difficult. But, this is a slow fight. We're just kind of slowly taking him down. We're not going to time out. This fight's almost over. It's basically, again, just kind of like waiting out these heavy attack openings. He's not slowed right now, though, so I know I won't be able to punish a heavy. We block the special 1. We intercept with our special 1. and that's going to KO him and take him down. Other than my mistake of trying to dexterity his special, that was pretty much a perfect fight and pretty easy, I'd say. We get the full attack bonus, took 77 hits, but not too bad. So now we're on the mini-boss island as part of this boss rush. So this is still the first day. We're trying to hurry up and get these mini-bosses down so we can remove the boss and the global, which I believe was Protect. And we have this Mole Man. And this Mole Man is on the polka dot power node. And fortunately, this person is running suicides. So because of polka dot power, he's always going to have a debuff on him, which means I'll always be gaining power. So I was going into this fight fully ready to just kill him with combos. I was not planning on throwing specials. I was pretty sure Apocalypse could get him down. This is also the Stunning Reflection node, so the parry mastery is still off. And just to make sure I don't accidentally parry him. And yeah, you know, like I said, they're running suicide, so they've taken recoil damage from that special. He's poisoned, obviously, for the entire fight. The special 2 inflicts that degen. And I remember to block the special projectile there since I can't evade it. They take more recoil damage, and this fight is over. Less than a minute, mini-boss Mole Man. It definitely helped that I could throw specials with Apocalypse, but yeah, it was an extremely easy fight. By far the easiest mini-boss on that Stunning Reflection polka dot power node I've seen all season. So that was a great way to close that out. But before we end the war, I actually volunteered to take this Mr. Fantastic fight, and it's the Brute Force, Spry, and Limber node. And you know, maybe it was because Apocalypse just absolutely crushed Mole Man, but I underestimated this fight a little bit. I thought Mr. Fantastic would be just as easy as Mole Man was. And my strategy is the same, basically. I'm not going to throw specials so I can avoid getting those careful study debuffs placed on me so that he won't evade and trigger the Spry node. I'm also not planning to parry him until we get closer to the end of the fight so we can save those limbers. But, you know, I forgot Mr. Fantastic has a lot of additional physical and energy resistance. So he's not really a tank hit point wise, but he definitely has a lot of resistances. He's also being really stingy about throwing this first special. And so you can see I was starting to degen, and I had to hit him to get it off. And right here I'm degenerating again because of the Brute Force node. And I just have to wait out this special, and it does a ton of damage. That is not a light degen at all. So you definitely feel the effect of it. So I have to make sure I keep hitting him on a regular basis to avoid getting that. But, you know, a lot of Apocalypse's damage comes from his specials, and I think right about at this point, I'm kind of looking at this and thinking, you know, I'm really not doing a lot of damage here. I really do need to throw my specials if I'm going to win this fight. But he's also throwing his special ones a lot, which does place a debuff on me. So he is, you know, he has a chance to avoid as long as you have debuffs on you. So unfortunately, he's still getting debuffs on me. But like I said, I'm just doing like next to no damage here. And here he goes into the evade. So he places more debuffs on me. He evades again. He throws the special one. I've got a ton of debuffs on me now. So I know he's going to evade, but I have to keep hitting him. Otherwise, I'm going to start degenning. You know, to be honest, this just wasn't a good fight. I kind of, like I said, I think I just underestimated it a little bit. I actually get parried right there. I'm just doing such a poor job. You know, the other thing about this war was that we were sort of trying to win it, but not really. The end result of this war would not have affected our position to end the season. So we really didn't want to really like fully go after this win. We didn't want to use our items, like I said, and potions. So, you know, dying here wouldn't be the worst. Taking the boss down with the boss rush was just basically to make it easier for everyone else so that the rest of our alliance did not have to use items, or I'm sorry, the rest of our battle group at least. And you can see I die. I was going to time out. There was only 2 minutes left. I was definitely going to time out, but, you know, he kills me, and it's whatever. You know, 89 hits, it was a long fight, so it was fine. I didn't mind ending like that. And we actually ended up getting the win. We didn't 100% explore. We were only like 75% there, but that was more than what they did. We had more attack bonuses. They had the diversity by a little bit, but we had more defenders remaining. So we do get the win. It was a little surprising, I think, to everyone, considering we weren't really trying that hard. But I think our opponents were probably in the same boat, where a win or a loss would not have affected their outcome for the end of the season, which is fine. I think with the last war, that happens a lot, unless you're on the verge of, moving up or moving down. So that's fine. It's not a big deal. We got another win to finish the season off. That puts us at 8-4 on the season now, I believe. So overall, a pretty good season. And we finished in Platinum 3 at rank 49. So that's pretty good. We definitely should have a shot at making Platinum 2 next season, starting off here. So I think this was a great season. I think it was very successful. It was my first season here with this new group, Poseidon, and it went really well. I'm super excited for next season, and we're going to do a video with some juicy reward openings, actually, so you can see what we get from all this work. But we do appreciate the views. I hope you enjoyed this last war of the season. I hope everyone out there had a great war season as well. I know I'm really looking forward to season 25, and hopefully we'll have some really cool new rank up champions to use in our attack team next season. So hope everyone will enjoy the off season, enjoy the little break from war, and we'll catch you in season 25. See ya.